Good morning, children, and welcome once again to this part of the video class for class 5 and subject science. Children, uh, now you must be hearing good news about the new vaccines that is developed by own country, and hopefully things are going to get better day by day. On this note, let us continue with the same lesson that we were doing. That is chapter 10, light and shadow. Now just to recapitulate, children, what we had done in the earlier video classes. We had seen about the light. Then we went on to classify the substances when light falls on the substances. How the different substances behave when light falls on it as transparent, translucent and opaque objects. Next we went on to see about the formation of the shadow and what are the conditions required for the formation of shadows. We had also seen the characteristic features of the shadow. Then we went on to discuss about the two movements of the earth, that is rotation and revolution. Now children, if you remember, one of the most important property of light is its rectilinear propagation of light. That means for traveling of the light in the straight line. So this leads to the formation of shadow. And there are some natural phenomenon that takes place on the earth also. That is for the occurrence of eclipses. You must have heard about this word eclipse. In Hindi we call it grahan. Now this eclipse actually is the hiding of one celestial body or heavenly body behind another. Now this is due to the formation of the shadows, and this shadow again is formed by the rectilinear formation propagation of light. Now today we are going to see what is this solar eclipse and what is lunar eclipse. Now we know that the earth spins on its axis as well as it revolves around the earth. Now there comes a time when the sun, the moon and the earth comes in a straight line, and during this time shadows are formed on the earth. Sometimes the earth forms shadows on the moon, sometimes and they blocking the sun, sometimes the moon casts shadow on the earth and the sun is obscured or it is hidden. So this leads to the formation of the eclipses, the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. Now depending upon the position of the sun, the earth and the moon, we have classified, or it is classified into solar eclipses and lunar eclipses. Now first we will study about a solar eclipse. Now what is solar eclipse? Now during the journey of the earth round the sun, there comes a time when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth, and this leads to the formation of solar eclipse. Now what happens during solar eclipse? The moon casts its shadow on the earth, and the people in the shadow of the earth cannot see the sun. It usually happens, or it always happens on a new moon day. Now sometimes the sun is totally hidden by the shadow of the moon, and sometimes it is partially hidden. If the sun is totally hidden by the shadow of the moon, we call it a total solar eclipse. And if it is partially hidden, we call it partial solar eclipse. The reverse happens during lunar eclipses. Now what happens during lunar eclipses? During lunar eclipse, the earth comes in between the sun and the moon, and consequently the earth casts shadow on the moon, and the people in the shadow cannot see the moon. That means the sun, the earth shadow prevents the moon to be seen. When the moon is totally in the shadow, it cannot be seen, we say that it is total lunar eclipse. Or when it cannot be, when it is seen partially, we say that it is partial lunar eclipse. So the same thing I have just written on the board. Let us see once again on the board and the diagram of the solar and lunar eclipse. First, what is an eclipse? It is an event, actually it is a natural phenomenon. It is an event that occurs in the sky when a celestial, this celestial means it is heavenly body, the earth, the sun, the moon, these are all heavenly bodies. When a celestial body completely, partly or completely covers another celestial body. So this is what is eclipse. And the depending upon the position of the earth, the sun and the moon, we have got the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. Now let us understand through this diagram. Now this is the sun. This, as you see, is the sun. In the middle we have got now the moon. It is the moon, and the colored part, that is the earth. The earth. Now I have taken two rays. And from one point, two rays emerges from the two ends of the moon. So this is how the ray diagrams are drawn. And this is you have already, now you must be knowing that this is the total dark area. So we call it, this area we call it the umbra. This is the umbra region. This is the umbra, and the partially dark portion, this is the partially dark portion. This is the penumbra. This is the penumbra. So when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth, the moon casts a shadow on the earth, and the people in the shadow of the earth cannot see the sun. This is solar eclipse. When the moon totally hides the sun, it is total solar eclipse, and when the moon partially hides the sun, it is the partial solar eclipse. This is about and it occurs on the every new moon day. We call it on every excuse me, new moon day. It occurs on every new moon day. Now one very valid question that comes to my mind, that why doesn't eclipse occur then on every new moon day? Or for instance lunar eclipse, why doesn't it occur on every full moon day? The reason is the orbit of the earth. The orbit of the earth means the path on which the earth travels around the sun, and the orbit of the moon, that means the moon also goes around the earth. Those are not in the same or in the one plane. It is inclined. It is inclined at an angle of 5 degree. You learn in details in the higher classes also. Now since they do not lie in the same plane, hence they do not exactly fall in a straight line. Hence it does not come, that means on every new moon day or every full moon day we do not have eclipses. So that is the reason. Now here about the lunar eclipse. So this is the sun now. Now the sun, and this is the earth. This is the earth, and these are the moons. Now here when the moon is in the total shadow of the earth, we have got this is the total lunar eclipse, and here it is partially hidden. That means so this is partial lunar eclipse. So the earth comes between the sun and the moon. We have lunar eclipse, and that occurs on every full moon day. Again, the reason why doesn't occur on every full moon day, that means the orbit of the earth and the moon are not in the same plane. It is inclined at an angle of 5 degree. So this is about the two eclipses, the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. Now with this we come to the end of this chapter. Now children, just completing the chapter through the video classes is not enough. Many a times I find that the children don't see the videos. No, that will not enrich your knowledge. Yes, you see the video plus you go through the lessons. Now in the lessons also you have got a few checkpoints. For example, on page number 98 I can see checkpoint 1. Many of you fail to see that and overlook them. Those are very important questions. Okay. So for example, checkpoint 1 says the object that gives their own light. These are called luminous objects. The object that do not give their own light, It is called non-luminous objects. The objects that do not allow light to pass through it, those substances are called opaque substance. Opaque. The answer is opaque. The object that allows the light to pass through it partially, those are called translucent substances. Now similarly we have got one more checkpoint that is given on page number 101. Checkpoint 2. Fill in the blanks. When the path of the light is blocked by an opaque object, a dark patch called dash is formed. What is formed? A shadow is formed. Second, dash object do not form a shadow at all. That is transparent objects do not, the answer is transparent. Third, the color of the shadow is always dash. It is always black. Sometimes grey also, but black is the correct answer. A dash eclipse occurs only on a full moon day. A lunar eclipse occurs on every full moon day. Now children, along with this video class, I am going to send you a small assignment which you have to do. You have to practice these two diagrams very well. These are very important and explain them also. So the assignments need to be done in your copies and completed. Plus you have to study the lessons thoroughly. The second MCQ tests are coming very soon. It's already from tomorrow, that is from 6th it is starting. So be prepared. All the best. Till then, take care and thank you.